Hi, it's Jennifer, and I did my culture experience with the Compassion Experience here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. The Compassion Experience is a church program that goes from state to state and also internationally to spread the words and the realities of global poverty. I was able to select several children from different countries, so I selected Olive, who was from Uganda. Olive's story talks about when she starts at 6 years old, how she lived in a hut in Africa. She talked about even though they were poor, they still were faith based and they got by. And she describes in detail like where she slept and the beautiful views of where she lived. However, Olive struggled with her faith because of the Lord resistance. She didn't understand why, if God was there and God would always be there to protect them, why would God let these people come in and kill people and burn down huts? So Olive and her family lived in fear, hiding in the forest, and eventually she had to live in the forest in and out by herself. Olive eventually made it to the city where her mother was and her other family relatives. However, she still was extremely poor and had suffered tuberculosis also. And while this was happening, her mother had died also of AIDS. No matter how bad things got, Olive never gave up on her faith. And so this is where the compassion program comes into play. Her family was able to set her up with compassion, and she was provided food, shelter, and also an education. What I enjoyed about this experience was that when you go through this trailer, it basically was built through decades of her life and how she lived in poverty, from the bed she slept in and the bowls she ate out of, even what the schoolhouse looked like. And in the schoolhouse, they actually included religion in their teaching. What I love most of all, like at the end, is when I found out that Olive wanted to give back to those who helped her. So Olive became a social worker, and to be honest, it emotionally made me cry, and not for sadness, just for joy. Joy that no matter how bad it was, no matter how painful the hunger was, she kept pushing through because she knew that she had faith in God and God was going to be there for her and was going to help her through it. And I am a person of faith and I believe the same thing too. I mean, I have personally experienced poverty, and the only thing that sticks to me the most is I will never ever forget what it feels like to be hungry. I will never forget the pain of having to skip meals. However, my mother did what she could and we eventually got by. But those are the things you don't forget, and that's something that really stuck with me with Olive, and the fact that she became a social worker, and I thought that was pretty awesome. Thank you.